First of all, I think it is important to decry what we have seen and to say this should not ever be allowed to continue. And I want to also bring to your attention that it is not the first we are seeing young persons in places of detention which is not supposed to be where they're supposed to be. Section 35 of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act of 2019 clearly specified the places where young persons are supposed to be kept. But you know, Ruben, we have only 3 postal institutions in the country, the one in Abeokuta, the one in Kakuri, Kaduna, and the one in Ilorin. The one in Enugu is not functioning. And we have remand homes, yes, remand homes in some of the countries, I think about 29 states, many not functioning well, and some states don't even have it. So the problem is that we need to implement that Section 35 to have the proper place. The young offenders are not supposed to be kept in facilities where they can be mixed with persons. Now, why will the police station keep these young persons? Meanwhile, let me also mention that in the same Nigerian Correctional Service Act of 2019, it clearly states this is one of the criteria to refuse to receive somebody in custody if they're underage. So again, the point here is that as a country, we need to be very serious about our commitment. You know, the Child Rights Act is there. We need to really be very serious about this. Recently, we had a research of all of the custodial centers in Nigeria, all of the remand homes in Nigeria, all of the booster institutions, with the different government agencies working with PRAWA, with the support of the UNICEF, and that report, which was presented by the Minister of Interior, the National Human Rights Commission was involved, Legal Aid Council was involved, National Bureau of Statistics were involved, and all of that, Nigerian Correctional Service were involved. We found that a high number of persons who are in custody, that are young offenders and children and young adults. And what we found out is oftentimes their ages are even exaggerated. So we must be intentional as a country. This is a completely terrible thing to happen, and it's so disgraceful, and this has also gone very viral across the world. Secondly, it's not only about where they need to be kept, which is to be appropriate, it is also about the capacity of law and security agencies and law enforcement agencies, judicial officers, police officers, to be child sensitive in terms of the approach. You know, there are things that cannot really be encouraged. So we need to be able to do that. And this also brings up a lot of matter. How people are charged. I mean, come to think of it. Look at the kind of charges that you see with those children. And the same thing you see in many places. So the so-called Section 35 subsection, where you find a situation telling you that when you pick somebody, you should make sure you send the person to court within 24 hours, a maximum 48 hours. You see that proviso to that section opens up a whole lot of web. When people are charged for terrorism, of course, you know that 48-hour rule would not apply. So I think that this is really something, maybe this time will make us be a little bit serious, but it's not supposed to be allowed. And meanwhile, there are many others. So it's not just those ones.